So, quick backstory. I come from a sales background, and the idea for DSMN8 as a business came about because I witnessed firsthand the difficulties that sales and marketing teams had with internal content distribution. Marketing teams were producing content, but on the whole, salespeople weren't sharing this on social media. So the initial idea for DSMN8 was actually as a sales enablement tool, and our initial value proposition for employee advocacy was how it would help salespeople close more deals. So then, how does employee advocacy benefit sales? Well, it's never been more important to have a social media presence if you work in sales. I don't like phrases like email is dead or cold calling is dead. But in a world where buyers are becoming increasingly aware of sales tactics, social media feels like an obvious place that you can still reach your target buyers in a passive way. Believe me when I say, salespeople hate sending checking-in emails just as much as prospects hate receiving them. As a former salesperson and someone who is regularly sold to, I know that anyone sending me a check-in or "I thought you would find this helpful" email is in fact them just trying to accelerate their sales pipeline. Posting on social media replaces this because it allows you to consistently feed your prospects with valuable content in a less intrusive way. You put the power in the hands of your prospects, and they're more likely to read what you have to say when they feel you're not going to bite their hand off if they show some interest. Most sales and marketing professionals will be familiar with the term social selling. It's the practice of using social media to connect with prospects, demonstrate your expertise, develop connections, and engage with potential leads. If you're an experienced salesperson, you'll know that this is just a fancy way of saying selling on social media. It's literally just following the sales playbook but doing it online instead, so don't overthink it. While I'd like to say that posting to social media would generate leads and close deals instantly, while it's possible, it isn't probable. It will require consistency and patience. I'd love to see some research on this, but I'd even argue that your prospects will be more likely to see your content if you post it on LinkedIn versus sending it to them directly via email. Consider also that they'll probably be less likely to engage with your posts as they don't want to show interest and receive a follow-up email. This is just another reason why you can't bank on attributing results to this activity. Growing a personal brand as a salesperson takes time and consistency, which is why it's often neglected by salespeople. These wins will not be instant, but it's logical to assume that if your content is valuable, it will have an impact. That said, it's not a revelation to say that salespeople are typically some of the most time-poor employees at any organisation. And the idea of producing original content and adding a unique take will probably come across like a time-taxing task. Plus, as far as they're concerned, it won't immediately affect their bottom line. An employee advocacy program makes the process of sharing content fast and frictionless. They bridge the gap between sales and marketing and help you get the right content to the right people. Every marketer will be familiar with the situation of being approached by a salesperson asking if they have a piece of content that explains whatever point they're trying to communicate. Having a dedicated employee advocacy platform means you'll be able to centralize and categorize content for salespeople that's ready to share in just a few clicks. Great employee advocacy program managers will spend time curating content that is tailored to each person's role, even going as far as supplying captions that grab people's attention in feed while offering real value and encouraging conversation, helping sales teams to build their personal brands, nurture and generate leads, and start conversations. Leads generated by employee advocacy are 7 times more likely to convert. So really, the issue for salespeople isn't actually that they don't know how to do it, they just feel like they don't have the time to do it. Although salespeople are some of the biggest beneficiaries of employee advocacy, 95% of them stay silent on social media. Employee advocacy programs save your sales teams precious time and help them take their social selling game to a whole new level.